Okay, here we are installing software for the Raspberry Pi Rocky Road Hat. So here's our VX Displays website. It's an easy way to find where we're going. Of course, home, and we want to go to the Makers Corner where we have a special page just for Rocky Road. As we build more hats, we'll have more pages here, so bear with us. And we're actually live on the Raspberry Pi 3 right now, a little faster than a 0, so this will go a little bit smoother, hopefully. Um, so we have our landing page here. We've got some previous videos down here to show you. Really what I wanted to get to though is the download section. So we have schematics and example application, both the source code and a binary file for Linux hosted on GitHub, so very nice. I'd also draw your attention to the driver code both for the OLED and for the IMU. So the OLED is actually pointing right back to our own design packages where we have all the data sheets, the mechanical drawings, and of course the source code in C for the OLEDs. We actually used that source code directly in our example application. Worked out great. Just trying out our own stuff, and we're on the right path there. The IMU section goes straight over to the Bosch SensorTech website. That's another GitHub host. They got some nice basic driver code for the BMX055. Quite a complex and wonderful little part, and there's lots of things you can do to it, so definitely check that code out. We've got just the basics going right now, but we'll see how that goes. Just for now, though, we'll go to the example app, and we'll pop it right over to the Rocky Road tree here. I'll just go, I know it's in version 2, and we've got the Debian package here, so it's got the binary in there, and it's also dependent on Qt widgets, so it'll pull in the Qt libraries. If you run this from the command line, you'll see it actually go out and grab that stuff, but we're just going to do it from the GUI here just to keep things simple. Yes, I definitely want to keep that guy. And we're good. We'll open her up. We'll say install. It's going through all the apt-get install stuff in the background, just sort of a nicer way to look at it from here. Just a quick way to get going. So at some point here, it's going to ask me for my password. Please don't look. Got it on the first try. Finish up the install. Probably querying the database, rerunning. Okay, great. Installing the package. No error message, so I assume silence is golden. We don't have the menu set up yet, so we're just going to run it from the command line. Of course, this is running GPIO level stuff as well as I2C and SPI, so I want to make sure I've got those turned on. Go up to the menu, preferences, and the Raspberry Pi configuration. Just FYI, I've already done it, but we've got VNC going, obviously, because we're using that to do the screen recording. SPI and I2C are both enabled. We're ready to go. Remote GPIO is something else entirely. We don't need that, so just leave it alone. Ready to go. Okay, so since this requires root access, I'm going to have to run this as sudo. So we'll go sudo Rocky Road. All right, showed up. Great. And here's our app. Bring that over a little more to the interest. Okay, so it's the Rocky Road board. We knew that because I plugged it in already, and it's ready to go. If you see an error message right here, it may be because you didn't plug in your board, or you didn't turn on the SPI, the I2C, or something like that. So definitely, that's actually a live thing there. We've got live readouts for the gyro, the accelerometer, and the magnetometer on here. The gyro should be, hovering close to 0, plus minus 0 or so, because it's sitting still on the desk. Gyros only read out when the thing is actually moving. The accelerometer, we've got a little bit on the Y or a little bit in the X. Z is showing about 1 gravity. That's about what it feels like to me. And then the magnetometer here is showing basically the 3 axes influence with micro Teslas. This is going to take a little bit more work on our part, but it should be fine. So I'll just pick the board up and wiggle it so you can see some of the displays moving. If I've had just a little bit of coffee, we see the gyro go back to 0-ish, and the accelerometer, we can see that sort of roll around. We'll get some high X going right here. All right, negative X, we're good. All right, and then the mag, I can turn that around. I should see the X and the Y kind of moving around as the local magnetic fields change. So there we go. You can also load images onto the screen with the load image. You'll want a 128 by 32 bitmap. make your own there and make it say, you know, whatever you need it to say. I've also got some switch action there with joystick, right, left, up, down, center. In our example code, it's just kind of generating some code graphics on there. You'll see that in the next part of the video.